Thank you for giving us this opportunity to present our recommendations for TCS China's continued development in China. My name is Nick.
I'm Garrick.
I'm Kristen.
And I'm Katrina.
And we are New Dimensions Consultancy.
After analysing the environment, we've seen that there is high growth in the IT sector that remains as a potential for TCS to enter into. There's also strong government support, with also positive shifts in the Chinese economic policies that will benefit TCS by entering the market now. There's also lack of supply for the demand needed for high-skilled graduates. We've looked at the internal industry and we see that you have a large global support network. You also have strong presence in the financial sector, also with an established competitive international business model. This model is in the early stages and we do see that it requires adjustments to be sustainable in the future. The human capital needs remain unmet and we see that there are areas here to refine HR practices. There are some key issues that we see for TCS China. We see that one being the lack of staff, and this hinders the ability to expand the operations. There's also competition for talent in the IT sector, and this possesses issues as well. Management issues seem to be that there is a lack of good, experienced, skilled Chinese managers, especially in the middle management area. There's cross-cultural and language barriers that are also posing problems, and there seems to be staff retention issues. We see that there's no company loyalty at the moment, with lots of employees going to competition. And we also see that this is increasing the costs in this area of recruitment and training.
So for our strategy, going beyond the wall and getting past the barriers to growth and recruitment for your company in China, we have three dimensions to the strategy. One is to recruit the people you need, one is to develop the people once they're in your company, and as well as that to expand the company once you have the people you require. For the recruitment initiative, we suggest that you have three things to do in order to get the staff you require. Firstly, we have an aggressive recruitment strategy launched, marketing the TCS brand to uni campuses and training institutes in order to get the new graduates you require. As well as this, we have a partnership with the IT Industry Training Centre, and this is going to allow you to get the specific skills that you need for your business. And then from there, we also recommend that you have incentives and welfare packages that are going to be leading industry standards. And this is to get the best employees and create a real sense of a company that people really want to work for. Your internal development program. What we suggest for this is you have an identification of the top 10 to 15% of your managerial and technical performers. This will allow you to further streamline their career and advance them faster because they're key performers and will grow your company quicker. You take these people and you give them the training that they may have, like managerial training or English training, as well as global technical expertise that can be used elsewhere and opportunities to move abroad over a period of years as stipulated by a contract. As well as this, we suggest, and this is a key component, is mentoring from all levels of staff. This allows you to reduce the power distance that is not really getting your company as functional as it can be. By doing this, you're going to have employee empowerment and better communication. The other thing we suggest you do is development of a strong internal labour market so that people within the company can see that there's opportunities to grow and can have first preference on new opportunities as they arise as opposed to the ones outside of the company. So basically that means that we're going to recruit the right people, we're going to develop them, and we're going to retain very good and competent staff.
Moving into phase 3 of our strategy, we now have the expansion plan. If we analyse the three factors that are currently present in the Chinese domestic market, we can see that there is strong government support for the IT industry and there are positive shifts in the economic policies. The industry is characterised by high growth, and with the implementation of our retain and development strategies, we will have a strong internal structure. These three factors together create favourable conditions for growth. So with our expansion plan, in the short to mid-term, we're looking at refining our outsourcing operations. Also in the short to mid-term, we're looking at refining our three-pronged strategy, and as a long-term consideration, we're looking at acquisition to secure domestic market share. Looking at the outsourcing operations, you currently have 5 outsourcing centres to meet regional needs. We feel that this outsourcing is successful, but to further enhance these operations, we suggest that each centre is aligned with a geographical region and in order to tailor customization and services to better suit these needs. We suggest that each centre also undergoes cultural training to be able to communicate effectively and sensitively with the cultures. With your three-pronged strategy, we like this, we support the diversification and it mitigates industry downturn effects. To ensure the success of your three-pronged strategy, however, we suggest you call on international resources and expertise, namely your internal TCS and Tata worldwide skills that you have in other subsidiaries, and externally, capitalising on current TCS to MNC relationships. Looking to 2015 and beyond for future considerations, we suggest that TCS investigates acquisition of Chinese local businesses to facilitate fast growth if needed, to acquire competitors for specific purposes such as obtaining skills or clients, and also following MNCs possibly into Tier 2 Chinese cities if needed. Benefits of this plan include quickly acquiring a market share and human capital, while also gaining local business knowledge and cultural advantage. This also allows us to take advantage of location economies.
So, the timeline for your recruiting initiative. What we suggest is for the first 2 years, you take place with your aggressive recruiting strategy, and this is going to be up until the end of 2012, to facilitate the intake of staff before your scholarships and graduate training has taken place. Now, before the end of 2010, we suggest that you have a partnership ready with the university or IT training campus to start developing a course the following year, so that by the end of 2011 you can have your intake for 2012 enrolments of the first batch of intakes and graduates. We suggest that for the first 2 years you have 1,500 graduates coming into the university. This is going to allow you to reach your target of 5,000 by 2014. After the year 2014, we suggest that you just as according to your market and demand. Evaluation of the course every new year will be a good idea, just to make sure that you're hitting the recruitment that you require and you're not over or under being supplied. Right. So, for your internal development program, what we suggest is that half annually you identify your top performers and monitor their progress within the company. This is going to allow you to keep on track and really understand what's happening with the employees corporate-wide and make sure that their growth is fast-tracked as much as possible. As well as this, by the end of 2011, we suppose that you should have a developed training program, so that for the following the end of 2011, you can implement a training scheme to uplift and fast-track these employees. What we suggest as well is that you evaluate this yearly to meet the company needs in case industry or standards have changed. As well as this, you have your execution plan for your growth. For this, we decided that it's the best for you to continuously monitor the market in terms of industry and opportunities internally to China, as well as possibly regional and global outsourcing opportunities as well. This is going to allow you to review industrial standards and identify growth areas with high-value markets. As well as this, we suggest that by the end of 2013, you start considering looking at acquiring smaller companies for more regional areas.
From these strategies, we have identified 4 key stakeholders that will be impacted. The first is employees. They'll be having promotional and career growth opportunities throughout their career. They'll get increased salaries and a better welfare package as well as training. For shareholders, they'll see increased profits, they'll see increased company growth and future financial stability. For the government, they'll see increased employment. This will aid to their vision of a shift towards a high-tech society, and this will bring boosts to their economy. And finally, customers will receive a great quality of service, and they'll receive increased expertise in the different industries through our internal growth program and through our external growth program. Finally, we have risks and mitigation. The first risk we've identified is a lower than expected enrolment, and we've identified different incentives that will mitigate this risk, such as scholarships, getting competitive salaries and career development opportunities, which the Chinese students find really attractive. The next is a market downturn, and through diversification into different industries and possible outsourcing of talent, this is mitigated. And finally, competition and imitation. We don't see this as a big risk, as we are going for a high level of expertise which is preferred over cost in the big industry sectors. Now, to sum up, our 3 key areas of our strategy are recruit, develop and expand. And by recruiting and developing our internal capabilities, this enables us to expand, and we can see TCS China continuing to grow.
We are New Dimensions Consultancy. Thank you for granting us the opportunity to present to you our ideas for seeing TCS China grow.